Hi there, it's Nick Dutch back on the camera again one more time. I was going to get some more work done, but I'm feeling a bit too tired for that right now, so I'm not going to bother. And instead I'm going to talk to you guys, so, enjoy it. Just a very quick announcement before I get into the body of this video. As I'm sure you guys are aware, and if you're not aware then hopefully you will be, I'm rapidly approaching the millennium. Yeah, I know the year is 2011, okay? I've got a little calendar thing on my computer which tells me what year it is, what month it is, what day it is, what day of the week it is. It's all there, okay? I've got that in place, no problem. What I'm talking about is my subs numbers. I know I've been on YouTube for approaching 3 years now, and I've been slowly clawing my way up. 2,000 subs, it's not a lot for someone who's been around for a while. I know that, but on the other hand, I'm not your average YouTube user. I'm not one of these sort of like 18-year-old bubbly, fun-loving, hey, entertaining types, and I'm not just perpetually showing you pictures of soft, fluffy kittens or girls doing hula hoops or something like that, So obviously, I'm giving you different forms of information, stroke entertainment or infotainment or whatever you want to call it. Either way, but I'm almost there. So, early February. At some point, I'm going to do a bit of a lengthy blog TV just to celebrate that, or I might just do it once I've got my tax bill covered. I don't know. But it's going to come, so I won't be able to do an all-day one. I certainly won't be able to do a 24-hour one. I'm over the age 30, so essentially 24 hours is basically, a bit too much for me. I want to be able to, have my little cup of Horlicks before bed and, sitting on the sofa wearing my nice comfy bedroom slippers and all that kind of stuff, because, obviously I'm over the hill, okay? Just thought I'd get that one out of the way anyway. Alright, well, the reason that I'm doing this video, the real reason that I'm doing this video, not just to tell you that I'm old-ish by comparison with some people out there, is because I have received a comment on my channel comment section. Now, I haven't got these set for instant approval. There's a very good reason for that. I don't want to leave lots of rude statements there, or things that other people might find offensive, or things that I personally find offensive. This is not censorship. If you want to say something against me, then just set up a channel, get yourself a webcam, start talking. Basically, it's that simple. But in this particular case, there's one here which is really rather curious. And I find it interesting that this particular YouTube user has asked me this particular question, because, it resonates, if you get my drift. The YouTube user is called ItzizAustin. Capital ITZIZ, capital A for Austin. And it says here, so, I've been a Wiccan for a while, but I decided I really don't believe in any deities. So I just stopped calling myself a Wiccan and took up the label pagan. But I'm not a theist. So what does that make me? Question mark. Like a rational occultist or something? Question mark. Lol. Thanks. I really shouldn't be the one to tell you what you are. Okay, I really think that self-labeling is up to the individual. If I was to turn around to you and give you a title and say, this is what you are, that would be almost like me controlling you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to say that, oh yes, you are a pagan because you've been in Wicca. Well, I've been in Wicca, and I certainly don't, empathize with, or identify, shall I say, with the Wiccan title, because the title itself is too political, and there's too many fashion associations with it. You don't normally get a Wiccan walking around in just regular jeans and white t-shirt, do you? There's always like the pentagram, or the jewelry, or the gothic look, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. It's all there. And it's not just a question of the fashion. There's also the language. There's also the adherence to this, that, and the other. There is a whole dogmatic thing there, which some people just can't feel comfortable with. But in your side of things, possibly, well, we could say that you are a deist. Or deist, as the Americans say. I don't know whether you're British or American, it doesn't matter. But people who are deists or deists are often people who are spiritual but not religious, namely not necessarily adhering to a doctrine. This is why I like unified deism so much. Okay, I'm different to them, because I am an experimental occultist. I still do Ouija board seances, I still play with my tarot cards, I still do meditation, I still do prayer, but it's more a question of psychology and mind alteration and seeing what weird stuff comes through and what weird stuff happens. And I am, relatively skeptical with all this stuff. And I think it's important to have a certain quantity of doubt and skepticism. Because I personally don't want to be afraid that because I lit a candle on a Tuesday, I've upset, the particular deity of that particular day. And there are people out there who are like that. And it's scary, these people exist. What the fuck? Basically. And it's very difficult if you, want to be involved with, like, New Age weird shit. But you don't want to be a lunatic. It's really, really hard to work out, is there something that you can call yourself? I chose to call myself a transdeist or a transdeist because I'm trying to define myself by what I do, not what I believe or what dogma and doctrine I personally follow. So if I do meditation and I try and do like chakra openings for want of a better word, then that's fine. I'm meditating, I'm doing weird visualizations, and if I get a strange experience as a result of it, fine. If I want to chant, I'll do some chanting. If I want to do some prayer, I'll do some prayer. So I'm defining myself by doing slightly mind-altering experiences and going for mind-altering experiences, not saying, oh, I follow this god, I follow that god. Ooh, I've got to do these celebrations. I have to. Yes, I have to, because them upstairs will want me to. Yes, I must. I don't want to tread on somebody's toes. No, I wouldn't want to. No, the gods and goddesses might not like me anymore if I lit a candle on a Tuesday. Oh, fuck it. Oh. Hanging out with people who are like that, I really think could be detrimental to the sanity of anyone, really. I mean, these are damaged people. These are dangerous people because they are so het up with their dogma and their doctrine and trying to force other people to follow their dogma and their doctrine, just like the fundamentalist, extremist, evangelical, right-wing Christian lunatics who they despise. This is wrong. It really is wrong. Now, one of the wonderful things about the New Age movement is it is supposed to, or it seems to be supposed to be, about individuals finding stuff out for themselves. There's a self-developmental aspect there, so if there's a few issues you've got, you can try and use something of a spiritual or New Age nature to try and help you with it. So there's something therapeutic about it. That's good. But that gets taken away when someone throws in tons of dogma, doesn't it? Basically. And when someone's trying to make sure you've got to do this, you mustn't light candles on Tuesday, and it's wrong. So if this dogmatic sort of like information industry that is heavily involved in the New Age world, if that's become what the New Age world is, then the New Age world itself is not good. Unless there's some corner, as it were, of the New Age world in which you can belong to and identify with, which gives you total freedom of thought, namely the ability to try and think rationally, scientifically, objectively about weird stuff. That's why deism is cool. That's why it's hot. That's why I can be someone who accepts, evolution, natural selection, abiogenesis, and all the findings of natural science, and I don't have to be afraid that I'm treading on some kind of ancient pagan deity's toes if I do a form of theological practice which is slightly different to somebody else's. I actually have a serious objection to people who are part of the New Age world who say, you must this, you should that, you must this, you do. It's wrong, let's just think about this stuff objectively, look at these ideas mystically and contemplatively, rather than suggesting that you must obey. I mean, what does it sound like when someone says, you must obey? It sounds like a cult. Not a religion, a cult. It's not good. It's wrong. It's morally and intellectually reprehensible. Now, yeah, there are some things in the world which are correct. This is made of a solid. It is. I can say that. If someone says it's made of a gas, they're wrong, I'm right. It is made of a solid. But when you're talking about something which is unempirical, a little more experimental, it's wrong to try and lay down the law. Now, if you want to have a God concept for a laugh, or to make you feel happy, that's a good thing. If you want to go around terrifying other people, or saying that because I have had a strange experience which has demonstrated, the objective reality of Herne the Hunter, my temptation would be to kick your teeth in. Seriously. That kind of way of doing things is wrong. And I think that you, ItzizAustin, have probably got what I would personally consider to be a good idea and a good way of doing things. Trying to find out what you really are, what you really want, what you are really about, and to be able to be as well integrated into society as you can. Keep cool, chill out. A few thoughts for today. And yes, I am going back to trying to write a book again, which is going to be interesting because I'm much better at just ranting at cameras than I am actually sort of like typing and also being disciplined to that. So maybe I'll actually finally get this damn thing done, but wish me luck with that anyway. Look forward to the blog TV, and we will speak again reasonably soon. God bless.